So we're back again today on Te Awaroa because I've just really been enjoying hunting this map, and especially in multiplayer lately, it's been quite kind to us. We've gotten quite a lot of good things for the Trophy Lodge, so I thought we'd come back, but as you guys know, I like to switch things up for our loadout, and today I thought it would be fun to go in kind of light, so we're just running with the 243, the 223, and the 22, and part of the reason for this is it's a pretty common question, like in live streams and in comments, like what the best weapon to get is. And there are a lot of really good weapons in this game, but I wanted to kind of just hunt with basically the weakest weapons possible for this map, just to show that you don't necessarily need the highest calibers in the game to be successful. So we're gonna set out with our light loadout, and we'll see how we do. Now we could actually just use the 243 for everything on this map except for the turkey, but that would make it a lot less interesting. So the 243 is only gonna be our red deer gun, which if we can actually get a shot at this level 5 here, I want to just kind of get a general idea of what it can do. So we'll try to get a hard shot, but at that angle, especially doing that, it would be kind of tough. And I'm going to say we definitely didn't, but it should be a lung shot. So he'll run quite a ways, but I do see the vital blood, and it will bring him down. So yeah, the 243 maxing at class 6, red deer class 6, so it's going to be only for them. The 223 is going to be for pretty much everything else. So you can actually see, we just barely shot kind of in front of the heart there, but the 243 would be more than capable of reaching the heart, and that's one of the things that I'm hoping to show like through the course of this video. But I do think hunting this way is going to make it interesting because it's going to require more precise shots, at least to kind of minimize tracking, and either way, we are going to be tracking quite a bit, so it'll be a little bit different than what we usually do for sure. I wonder what the odds are that this guy would actually make diamond. I mean, he's got the estimate up to 60. I think I can see some decent hooks there. I'll try to get zoomed in and really see. I think he's got a shot. Pretty sure I've spotted... Oh, hold on. I have not spotted everything else. There's a 5 right there. Actually a lower estimate, oddly enough. They usually run off pretty quickly, so I don't think we're going to get 2 shots. But the fact that we're rolling with the 223 today, it makes me a little apprehensive even about that angle. We're definitely going to get into like maybe 170 just to kind of mitigate the bullet drop. And then we're at least going to try to take the 5. As far as the 4, I mean with that slightly better estimate, I'd like to get a shot off at him, but I really think he's just going to be out of there. So we'll go in a little bit closer. The wind's fine, so I don't imagine they're just going to notice us. And I think the more we get closer, the worse our angle actually gets. We'll scoot out just a little bit to kind of make it as ideal as it can be. And let's let him drink just one more time to kind of avoid any potential risk of him taking a shoulder shot, because I don't know if the 223 would get through that shoulder. We're going to go right behind it as soon as he lifts his head. Just about like that. Man, I don't even know. Did we hit that 4? I don't have a clue where it went, so should be interesting trying to track and find out what happened here. He's kind of limping around over there, so we didn't hit him well, but we can kind of solve that. I'm pretty sure that's going to be a lung shot. It's just going to take a long time for him to start dropping. I mean, that's all I could figure. He's going down. We got hunting pressure from the other, which does make me think that we probably got a lung shot. Just takes him a long time. He's actually dead right there, it would seem. And it would be fairly smart to try to keep an eye on this guy as far as he goes. I will say, from this angle, he looks even better. Maybe we have a shot at that. I don't really know what to even expect from this guy, but the most recent update just made it to where Shammy can go on the small plaques, so more of these in the Trophy Lodge would be a really good thing. I like what I see there in those curls. And that is a diamond at 59.4 with a gray-brown fur type, so new fur type, right lung shot with the 223, almost 63.5 kg, not bad. That'll be cool. Get a little bit of variety in the lodge with different fur types. And now, I mean, like I said, I thought this other one looked good. I think we have a shot at it. That one says no organs hit, but the blood up there, I don't know that we can see it. It almost has to be vital blood. And it was pretty useful actually to keep an eye on this guy as he ran away, because he didn't make it that far. This one is, I don't know the name of the fur type, but it's different, so it would be nice. Oh, he's 56.2, so close. That weight, I think that could make time. He's almost 62 kg, probably like a lower trophy rating. But did end up just barely punching his left lung there. So we could have gotten him had he made it. And I do like the brown fur type, but I'm actually a pretty big fan of that gray-brown that the level 5 was, so for that to work out as it did, definitely not going to complain. And kind of going in light here with the 223 and 243, already paid off. Now that's hardly an interesting fallow deer, but this is kind of another side of it. Don't think any of these are interesting fallow deer. That guy's a little better. Usually, we could just take a chest shot here with the M1 and it's fine. But with the 223, we gotta be a lot more precise if we don't want to track him forever, and in that particular case we're able to get a neck shot. But if they're not running like directly towards us or directly away from us, that's not an easy thing to do, so we'll probably be kind of a little extra selective with what kind of fleeing animals we shoot, and that does mean that we should be a little more careful kind of how we navigate around, but that one worked out. Got him pretty much straight in the neck, so pretty much where we want to be. And at least from what I can tell, that level 4 is the best one. So we'll try to get him. Broadside shots are a little tougher to kind of make an insta-drop shot. And I don't even know if a heart shot would, but I think that is going to get back into a lung. It's going to be kind of the same deal as the red deer. Should start to see him drop, and he is. If we can kind of speed that up a little, that would be nice, because he's going to go pretty far, clearly. But it'll get him. To be honest, I'm really not sure that second shot did much of anything because it was still a very low bleed rate, but we got him left lung on the first shot, although barely, so that might be something to not go for again because hitting the leg bone there really made it so we barely got the lung, and then just kind of flesh as he was fleeing, but 199 ain't bad. Definitely a solid fallow buck. Pretty sure that's actually a red-spotted sika. I like them quite a lot. And if there's one species that I'm not interested in this video, it's probably the sika deer, because they are really easy to bring down. I've had some pretty poor shots from like the M1 take them down. He's alert. Wanted to try to heart shot him just to see, but kind of learned on the fallow deer that's tough. And I'm quite shocked he's not starting to drop yet. He's just now kind of going down. So they're maybe a little more resilient than I thought. Still going to bring him down fairly quickly, but good to know we should be going for a little bit more precise shots on them as well. I'm actually starting to question whether or not that is red spotted. It actually is, so should have just kind of went with what I initially thought, but again, it would be tough unless it's just a straight frontal angle. There's a lot to go through to reach the heart, so we'll probably not go for that kind of thing. Maybe even neck would be a safer bet, but anyway, good to kind of know in case we run into a big one. Now for this one, I really don't know what's going to happen, because feral pigs are little tanks, and to take them with a 223 is probably going to require either a really good shot, or a lot of tracking, or potentially both, so I've waited till we had a good size one. 98, I think, is the gold requirement, so this guy should make it, and I don't know what to do. Like, getting a frontal heart shot is nearly impossible, and I'd like him to either go broadside or at least give us something a little better. We gotta see what he's gonna do. That's kind of broadside. Maybe, if we can, we'll keep that behind the shoulder, just to be careful. I do see Vital Blend. I think he's aggressive, so that'll kind of limit the tracking anyway. But you can see, he is very, very slowly dropping, and the one thing we don't want to do is hit him in the skull and kind of ruin the trophy rating. But once we're done doing this little dance, he'll eventually go down, and since he seems to be just staying aggressive, we're not even gonna have to track. I actually hadn't considered that they can go aggressive, and getting him that close would do that. We hit him in the lung both times. Actually got pretty far through the lung, looks like on both of them, so not too bad. 107 gold, so worth actually taking the time to get him. And I think at this point, the only animals we haven't shot are feral goat and then the two for the 22, because I think I forgot to mention at the beginning, European rabbits are another one that we'd actually have to use the 22 on. and I'm hoping at some point to run into some of them, but so far we've not seen any. That is a massive score estimate for a level 5 Sika, 208 to 249. And I think he might be the black fur type as well, which we don't have a diamond of. But they've got all kinds of space out there, so we're just going to stay ready with the 223. And actually, just going nervous already, so just go ahead and get our shot in there. I think we must have hard shot him. Our zeroing range is right. At least compared to the other Sika we shot that we single-lunged, he went down so much faster. I can't see anything else that could have been, and like I said, the estimate, he's guaranteed to make diamond. Diamond is 198.7, I think. And I'm pretty sure our best Sika is 214, so this guy has a chance at actually topping that. And that does look to be the black fur type. Actually, he's only 209.8, so kind of lower than I would have expected. But still, a fur type we did not have a diamond of. Pretty cool to get that. And even better, to get it with the 223. Got that harsh shot right in there. We kind of kept it like right in the crease of the shoulder. So it's cool to actually have that work out and get into the heart with like a weaker caliber. This is going pretty well. Got a couple of small plaque diamonds today. So finally we're actually going to get some use out of the 22. And I think I've spotted everything in here. And that one right there seems to be the biggest of all the rabbits that are hopping around. I'd like him to actually stop because I've not done really great with leading them. I kind of thought I zeroed for 50 meters there, but managed to get that in the end. Luckily they kind of sit around a little more, I think, in multiplayer. Otherwise, he might have been out of there. Might go and take a look at the feral pig that's calling since we're that close to it, but good to actually get a decent rabbit. I think one that technically has a chance of being a level 2 diamond, and 2.2 kg ain't bad. Honestly, the fact that he ducked down lower, I don't know how he got lucky enough to hit him, but not gonna complain. Got a decent one after all that. And can just get our second chance to use the 22. A little closer this time. I think we hit him the first time. Now, I'm not sure how we claim that. I think we're gonna have to get knocked out. But as long as we can sort of drop down on top of it, I don't even know how deep it is there. For probably fairly obvious reasons. I've not been down here. Maybe we can kind of avoid falling in the water. But at least a solid gold out of that. And at this point, the only thing we haven't shot is a feral goat. And I wanted to kind of get one of everything since we're going with the lighter loadout. So, hopefully we can find some feeding around here somewhere. I mean, that guy's not bad for a feral goat. I think he should be guaranteed to make gold. Pretty sure it's somewhere in the 160s. And if we can just go ahead and line up a shot at his lungs. It seems like they lift their head fairly often when they're feeding, actually, so maybe we can wait on that. And I gotta think that's gonna get at least single lung. Probably just about like everything else, he's gonna just slowly run off and start to drop. I've noticed they're quite tough, like even the 243 takes a while, but he's going down. I can't imagine with the 223 it's anything but a lung. He's just going to be running for, it looks like, quite a while. So the good news is, he actually tried to come back, it looks like. So we didn't have to track him that far. And he has a gold at 171, so actually gold's 157. But got into the lung there. And at this point, we've now taken at least one of everything off of Te Awaroa with pretty much the lowest calibers that we could. And in the process, we somehow ended up with 2 diamonds, and 2 that I definitely am happy to add to the trophy lodge, so we'll actually head back, I think, and see if we can find a couple of spots for them. So I mentioned all the way back at the beginning that the chamois can now go on the small plaques, and they just look so much better on that than on like the plaque the size of the whitetails on. It just didn't really fit there, and now, not only do we have a new fur type for a diamond chamois, you can definitely tell just like from this angle. The new one, the gray-brown on the right, has like less mass in the horns, so we have a little bit of variety there with like a new horn size as well. So that's pretty cool to actually have that bit of variety. I do wish they didn't kind of clip through the bottom of the plaque. They probably should be a little more centered, but I still definitely prefer that than having to put them on those bigger plaques. And we also got another new addition to the lodge with our Diamond Sika, our second biggest one, and a new fur type, and now I think it's the second to last one that's like a common fur type that we didn't have a diamond of. I'm pretty sure red spotted is now the only one that we don't. And at some point I'd like to get an albino, but pretty cool to slowly be checking the fur types off the list, and we've not got a repeat yet. They've all been different, but anyway, we managed to get 2 diamonds and bring down one of everything on Te Awaroa with the kind of lighter loadout, and I like that. It's always good to kind of switch things up, but anyway, that is going to do it for this video, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.